Hello and welcome back to Concert Critiques in Cars with Emily. So I'm really excited about the show. I've been looking forward to it for a really long time. And let's just get into it. So this is an anniversary show. So it was Academy is 20th anniversary of almost here. And there's a lot to discuss. Anyway, so the opener was Littleimage, which I was really excited about. I knew a few of their songs, so I was really looking forward to seeing them. So first they talked about how they were from Dallas, and so they mentioned the football game since Dallas was playing the Eagles, and I think the first song was called Pressure. So the first song I think was called Pressure. The instrumentals were really loud like throughout the set, but so the drums were really close to the front of the stage, and so I'm wondering if that's why you could hear the drums a lot. But anyway, in the first song, I liked how the lyrics were saying in the verse. There was like a rise and then a fall, and then they rose again at the end of the word. So that was really cool. And then it got screamy before an instrumental bridge, which was heavily instrumental. So I thought it was a good grabbing opener. Didn't recognize it, but I liked it. After that, they played Blue, which had a less instrumentally heavy start, but still loud for the verses. And then they came in like really full halfway through. And then there was actually an instrumental drop for the chorus. So then for the bridge, right, the music dropped for the bridge. And so the drummer like stood on his kick drum and was just like tapping the cymbal for the percussion part of that part of the song. So that was like a really cool effect. Sorry, I don't know why it keeps doing that. I don't know what's going on with that thing, but it also definitely fell before. So this is not the first time I've recorded this. So I really liked the bridge. It was really cool. I like that he stood on it. Super fun effect. Don't see that very often. So after that, he talked about how he went to go see the Liberty Bell and had a cheesesteak. And again, I don't know if it's true, but at least like they took the effort to learn about the city they were going to and found famous things to talk about. So then after that, I'm pretty sure it was Novocaine, which is exciting because that was one of the songs I wanted to see. So it had an instrumentally heavy start to start. I really love the chorus, especially when the words like go to that higher pitch or octave or whatever. And then they have a drop in the instrumentals for the bridge, and then like a nice build up after that. So I really like that song. I was excited to see it. After that, the next song started with an instrumental start, and then there was a short, quick feel to the lyrics. I was not a fan of the instrumentals in the chorus for this one. Again, it wouldn't have been my choice. I had listened to the album on my way up and a couple of times before that, so I was like, oh, like maybe they'll play this song, maybe they'll play this song. But so that definitely wouldn't have been my choice. So then after that, there was like a little bit of a recorded singing at the beginning, and then the full instrumentals kicked in as he introduced the band. So then he played Out of My Mind, which is a song that I recognize. I think that's what it's called. So I was really excited to see that song. Again, I definitely would have saved it till towards the end. But he used a filtered mic for the bridge. So he had the mic in the center of the stage, which he had been using the whole time. And then there was another mic that was like a little bit moved forward and to the side. And it was really, really hard to hear the bridge, which was too bad because I liked that song and wanted to hear all of it. So then he came back to the normal mic for the choruses at the end, which I was glad for because again, it was really hard to hear that mic. After that, they played a new one that hasn't been released yet, so there was a short, quick feel of the lyrics and the instrumentals to start. I really liked the lyrics in the second verse and in the chorus. There was a nice shift in the bridge, and I really liked the change. Okay, and so they like shifted the music, and then they had this like really great build up, like halfway through the bridge, which was awesome. So I really, really liked that. Because like normally it's like they do the bridge and then they just like go right back into it, but no. This time they like did the bridge and like it was a drop, and then all of a sudden they like built up back into the chorus. So that was cool. I am so sorry. That sound must be so annoying because it is very not fun for me either. So please excuse that. I don't know what's happening. I don't know why it keeps doing it over and over again. Anyway, so less instrumentally hard for the next song. Short, quick feel, especially in the second half of the verses. I really, really liked the pacing of the verses. And then I liked the variation of the instrumentals in the chorus. So like sometimes it sounded really intense and then would kind of fall back and then like build back up again just the chorus. So that was cool. And then he came to the front of the stage and he like pointed to the left and they all cheered, then he pointed to the right and they all cheered, and then he pointed to the middle. He said something, but I couldn't understand what he was saying. But yeah, so then I really liked the instrumental drop with the lyrics right after the bridge. So yeah, so that was a cool song. Then after that, they played a song that had a less instrumentally heavy start, which was just the keyboard and the guitar. Definitely had an overall slower feel. The instruments came in full after the first verse. Then there was a quick drop before getting full again for the second verse. I really liked the guitar in the verses. So then he the instruments were still playing, and so he taught the lyrics for the bridge to the crowd. And I actually really was digging the instrumentals as he was teaching the crowd the song. So I was like, you could just keep teaching us and I want to listen to these instrumentals. So I liked the instrumentals while he was teaching, and then obviously those instrumentals went into the bridge, and also they were there for the end. So I really liked that part. I thought that was really good. And then the last song they played was Kill the Ghost, which is the song that I wanted to see, and I knew. Instrumentally heavy start. Really glad they played that last. It was fun to see, especially the verses. And then there was that instrumental drop for the bridge, which I really liked. And then I really liked the instrumentals on the bridge in general. So then there was a screaming effect at the end of the bridge, and I'm pretty sure he added some screaming right after the bridge, so that was pretty cool. And then at the end the drummer threw the drumsticks in the air, and he took one of his cymbals and he knocked it down to the ground. So it was just a fun way to end that show. So I really liked that song, and I really liked that ending. So before we get into the Academy I should say, I know it's hard as a band to do an anniversary tour, right? Because most albums at that time were 45 minutes long. So usually if you're a headliner, you play for an hour 15 to an hour and a half. So obviously you can't just play the album twice in a row, which honestly some shows I'd be right there with you. But for this particular album and this particular show, they did a nice job of mixing in and having transitions from album to the not album. But honestly, I a little bit wish they would have just come in with, one of their songs that they were going to play anyway, not from the album. And then after that, just said, listen, I know this is going to be awkward and weird, but we're just going to run with it. We're going to play all the songs not off the album so that we can enjoy that. And then just have these epic 45 minutes where we play the album in full. They did not do that, so I will tell you what they actually did. So, the band came out total dark, no pre-recording, no lights, no anything. The stage was just dark and silent. And then they started with Attention. So obviously you're okay, they started with the number one song on that album. So amazing. Just seeing it live was so good. So they changed some pacing in the lyrics before the first chorus, let the crowd sing the second and third line of the song in general, and then during the instrumental bridge he kind of took the mic stand and just flipped it upside down, and then he held the last word at the end, so that was cool. So after that they played Season, so I was okay, so we're going in order. Got it. During the second verse he awkwardly picked up a megaphone but then didn't use it until the chorus. But yeah, so there was definitely a deliberate pacing change in the second verse, and then he went back to back with the guitarist, or one of the guitarists, for the instrumental bridge. Really fantastic instrumentals, definitely you could hear distinct pieces and parts in it, which I definitely didn't pick up listening to it on the recorded version. And then held Am for a long time in the chorus right after the bridge, so that was really cool. Again, just a super fun song to see live. Can't really be upset about that. So then they played Slow Down, and listen, picking a favorite song off this album is really difficult for me. Slow Down is definitely top tier. Again, literally 9 out of the 10 songs are top tier for me, so it's really hard to pick a favorite. This song may have been my favorite overall that they played, because it was just, I don't know, it again, this isn't even I don't know, if you had asked me what my favorite song of the album was, Slow Down would not have been it, but this song that they played in that moment was just so like genuinely energetic, and it was like the perfect song. Like, just love the lyrics in the first verse, subtle pacing changes, and held words, fantastic chorus. They let the crowd sing the first lines of the second verse, some pacing changes throughout the second verse as well, and they just like cool funky backwards dance thing across the stage for the instrumental bridge, and then he kind of like made some changes to the end, like so good, so energetic, like just again like literally like the perfect like 3.5 minutes or however long that song is. Because like I usually like Phrase That Pays a little bit better than Slow Down, but while Phrase That Pays was good, like I was like, oh my gosh, like this is gonna go into Phrase That Pays and this is gonna be so amazing. Phrase That Pays is gonna be so good. And honestly, comparatively, it wasn't like as good. I don't know, there was just something like magic about Slow Down. So anyway, then he introduced that they were celebrating the 20 years of Almost Here, and then they had the crowd clap for the beginning of Phrase That Pays. Again, really like this song on the recorded version. It's just so good. They let the crowd sing some of the first verse, and then he lifted the mic stand like over his head, and then he let the crowd sing a line in the chorus, and then like right during the transition between the first chorus and the second verse, he did like a little Thriller dance thing. So that was fun. Oh, I'm so sorry. That must be so frustrating and annoying, because it is frustrating and annoying me. So I can only imagine it's right up against you where the mic is. Sorry. So they let the crowd sing the bridge, or back into the third chorus, threw the mic stand in the air and then caught it. So again, fantastic song to see. Super amazing. So that was really fun. So then they went into Black Mamba, which again, fantastic follow-up. Like literally can't even pretend to complain about that combo right there. So then before they went into it, he was like, I hope you guys brought your dancing shoes, because we brought our dancing shoes. And so he was introducing each band member, and he's saying he's got his dancing shoes on always. He is wearing his dancing shoes for tonight. He's not wearing shoes at all. So that was kind of fun way to introduce the band. So seeing Black Mamba was super fun. I love the second verse. Let the crowd sing the second chorus or bridge, not really sure. Changed pacing in the chorus at the end. Super fun to see live. Seriously, so fantastic. This is where, you lost me. No, I understand you're going to play other songs, but I just wish it was all at the beginning. All right. So he was like, we're going to take a pit stop from the album and play other songs. So About a Girl was the first song that they played. So that was a good song to pick. Because, I knew that song. And so that was like, okay, you deviated after Black Mamba, which is a really good song. It's fine. It was a good first follow-up song to the album that I came to see. There may have been some weird feedback in the second verse a little bit. Not sure about that. Really, this is so frustrating. I'm so sorry. So then they played a new song called Miracle. I like the part where repetition in the first verse and the pause in the chorus. They had an instrumental drop for the bridge, and then it came back full once they went back for the choruses. After that, the song had an instrumentally heavy start with lyrics right from the beginning, quick short feel in the verses, a slower feel in the chorus, but still pretty full. I liked the verses, and then the guitarist went on his knees for the instrumental bridge, and then the lead singer went in front of him also on his knees, and so they were just facing each other and rocking out on their knees. So that was fun. Then they went back, so he called it the highway. The album is a highway. So then they went back onto the highway, and they played Skeptics and True Believers. So they had opening instrumentals, it's just so good. It's you hear them and you're just yes, this song is gonna be so great. Love the opening, so good. Changed pacing of some of the fast and repeated words right before the first chorus. Dropped to his knees for the bridge. Really love the bridge. The lyrics are so good. And then he changed the chorus right after the bridge, so that was really cool. Really loved all the changes. After that, they went into Classify. choice. And so he had actually broke the mic stand and had to get a new one because he was throwing it around and tossing it and stuff. And then he said that he needed the crowd to sing, and then he said, "This is going to be cardio time." He said, "So this is the one time I'm going to ask you. You got to jump." So the crowd sang because the song has like a little bit of a less instrumental heavy start, slower feel on that first verse. So actually no, it doesn't in the recorded version, but so as part of the show he put a less instrumentally heavy feel, which was really cool. Like it was like he made it super slow, so that was definitely interesting. And so then it was a cool effect. So normally it's like that fast, quick feel, but he changed it and it was a little bit slower. So anyway, then the instrumentals came in full and much faster, and then he had the crowd jump for the chorus, which was fun. Super love the song, so great to see. So that was super fun. So the next song after that was Not Checkmarks, which again, I think that Checkmarks and Classifieds is like a pretty good 1-2 combo. So that was a little sad that was not going to be the case. So that was too bad. So then after that, the next song that was, again, not Checkmarks, had a short, quick feel in the first verse. Instrumentals came in full for the chorus. Then they dropped slightly for the second verse. I like the shift between the chorus and the verse. I also like the chorus. Then there was a drop in the bridge, and I like the short, quick feel in the lyrics. After that, the next song had a really heavy bass with the lyrics for the verse. Instrumentals came in full for the chorus, and I liked the lyrics in the second verse, but it was kind of a low for me. Again, it was a good song, but it just like kind of missed the mark for me personally. So yeah, that was too bad. After that, he talked about how he had some good news, that the Academy is back, and they have a new record coming out soon, which means they will be back out on tour. So the next song was about an old flame, like not seeing them for a long time in the past, and the minute you see them, you're like, oh my gosh, like I totally remember everything that we went through and all that. So this song was called 2005, great year. So it had a less instrumentally heavy start with short, quick feel, and then it had like some higher tones, like in the vocals in the first verse, and then there was an instrumental shift in the pre-chorus, and then the full instrumentals came in for the chorus. Yeah, I'm excited to hear the record version when it comes out. But there was definitely some feedback in the bass, and I don't know if it was a verse or the bridge, but there was definitely some feedback. So then after that, they finally played Checkmarks. Again, I really, really like this song. So fantastic to see live. Definitely made some subtle changes to like in the chorus, like at the beginning of the chorus consistently. So I really liked that. I really liked the change. Again, it was just like a subtle little like pacing thing, but it was really cool. And then there was definitely some changes at the end of the bridge, and the chorus is at the end. So again, super fun. All right, so then after that, he listed the venues that they played in Philly. And I guess, I don't know if someone had thrown a shoe or said something about throwing a shoe, but he was like, please don't throw your shoes. He goes, remember, we still need your dancing shoes. And he goes, he's like, see, brought it back. So that was fun. And then they played Down and Out. And so this song has a slower start, but obviously it like builds up a lot towards the end. So I was looking forward to that. He let the crowd sing part of the pre-chorus. The instrumentals obviously came in full for the chorus. I love the transition into the second chorus, and then he changed the chorus after the bridge, so that was fun. And then after that, they played Almost Home. So much energy right off the bat, like so great. I love seeing when it gets really fast in the verses, just like that quick little like line or two. And I love when it gets the subtle changes were definitely prominent in the second verse. And then he made everyone have their hands in the air when the song dropped. And then I really loved it when it comes back full. Super energetic, super fun to like end a show on. It's funny, I was listening to the album on the way up, and I was thinking like, man, I was like, I don't know, like, do I want him to end with check marks? Again, like, this is all just like my own, like, if I got to choose the set list case scenario, or is it phrase that pays, or slow down, or attention? And honestly, like, listening to this song, the recorded version, I was like, this is a really good show ender. Like, it is so good. Like, you have like just this like energy right from the start, and then it like comes to a drop, and then it just comes in full again, and it's so fun. So I actually was like, man, I was like, you could end here and I'd be okay with it. I wish they did end here. See, this is where it's like, you lost me. Like, this show was supposed to be about Almost Here, so you should be ending on Almost Here. I wish you had just played your encore before, or just maybe not at all. Like, and that's the other thing that's annoying too, is the opener started 10 minutes late. They started at 8:10, and so the show ended at 10:45. Why couldn't the show end at 10:35? Why did we have to start 10 minutes later? And also, why do we have to listen to these next two songs anyway? Like, it was a little disappointing, I'm not gonna lie. So they went off stage and they came back pretty quickly, which was good. So the next song had an instrumentally heavy start, which I did not recognize. Short, quick feel. It was a good song to come back to. Like, normally I would have been there for it, right? Like, great song, like super energetic. I actually really liked the bridge. It had like a high energy. He threw the mic stand up again. Lots of like oohs that he had the crowd sing. He ended up kneeling and like falling onto the stage at the end. So like, again, great song to come back to, just not on this album's tour. So after that, he kind of like recapped everything. He was like, okay, we did cardio. We talked about the new record coming out. We talked about how much we love Philly, and the fact that we're coming back next year. So that was kind of a nice little summary. So then the last song they played was After the Last Midtown Show. I don't know that song. So I like the instrumental intro, slower feel overall, especially compared to the previous song, which again, I thought was a mistake. Again, you came back with a strong song, and then you end with this like, not as, I don't know, it didn't really do it for me. So I did like the sudden shift into the pre-chorus or into the chorus. Again, I just wouldn't have ended the song. I wouldn't have ended the show with either of these songs, to be honest. But he let the crowd sing part of the second verse, got instrumentally heavy for, I want to say maybe the third verse. It definitely wasn't the bridge, because I thought it was the bridge, and then I heard the bridge and I was like, oh, that's the bridge, so maybe the third verse, or yeah. But anyway, but they played the bridge, which was super simple, repetitive, but it was good. I liked the bridge. And then I did like the instrumentals at the end. But again, just overall, I just would not have chosen to end that show on not an Almost Here song. All right, so review, score time. Okay, I really liked Littleimage. I was excited to see the songs that I liked. Again, they had like that one song that I wasn't a huge fan of. And then obviously, if all three of the songs that I knew were at the end, that would have been better. But yeah, I liked the drummer. He was cool. Did some fun things. Academy is, again, when you were playing Almost Here, they were like spot on perfect. And even the songs that weren't from the album were really good. It's just, don't put them in the middle, put them in the beginning. It's okay to like redefine an album tour. Like, it's okay to like go rogue and say, no, we're gonna play the songs that are not on the album first, and then so that you can live in this 45 minutes of greatness. Now again, they play these songs every night. Maybe that's not what they want to do, but like, as a fan who just wants to listen to this album in full from start to finish, like live, it's just, that's what I want. So yeah, so that was a little disappointing. But again, seeing songs that I literally thought I was never going to see again after they were no longer a band, like, amazing. So that was really great. So, oh gosh, it's so hard to make a decision because they did great. But again, there were just some moments that I just wouldn't have personally picked for myself. I'm going to give this one, it's tough. It's really tough, especially coming off of Warped Tour. I feel like I'm so, I don't know. I'm gonna go with an 8.25. Again, it just, there was definitely a low point in Littleimage for me, and then there was a low point in Academy Is, and again, they did a great job, and I understand mixing in the songs, but I just wish they had ended on Almost Here. Like, I don't know, just eliminate the thing. We're all old anyway. Like, we're all in our 40s or late 30s, so like, let's just maybe end at 10:30. It's okay to not play for that long. Anyway, 8.25. Let me know what you think. Were you there? Did you go to a different show? Did you want to go? Like, comment, subscribe, and again, I'm really sorry for that annoying noise, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.